Good morning, accelerators. It's Diane Spadola, and today it's Tuesday, January 5th, and I am coming to you live for a new program that I'm going to start in 2021 because January is one of those great times for starting all kinds of new things. I spent a lot of time over the holidays sort of evaluating how the past year went, thinking about the things that I've done in my schedule for the Accelerate Your Success group, for the driver's seat membership group, and for the public at large. And I thought about all those things, and I thought about what worked and what didn't. And my motto for 2021 is going to be do more of what works and less of what doesn't. So, welcome to Traction Tuesdays at 10. I'm not completely sure I'm going to keep that title, but if I do, the ultimate goal of Traction Tuesdays is to get you unstuck. Unstuck from whatever it is that has you mired in negativity, lack of motivation, inability to move forward, complacency, not understanding technology, not knowing what to do next, overwhelm. Traction Tuesday is about answering your questions and overcoming obstacles. So I know I didn't ask anybody to submit any questions for today, so I do have a little outline of the things that I wanted to share. And who knows, maybe this will grow into a full-size 1-hour webinar where I'm handling your obstacles one-on-one and maybe sharing individual stories that each of you are struggling with. So a couple of announcements. First of all, it is Taco Tuesday. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Taco Tuesday, tacos are tools and apps that create opportunity. So we're not talking about the kind that you put in your mouth or what you get from Chipotle. We're talking about those things that you use that maybe you can't live without. A streaming service, organizational app, a time tracking app, a photo editing app. Those things that you can't live without. And the Taco Tuesday resource guide is updated every 6 months. It's done in May and November. Well, we update in April and October, but we publish in May and November. And it's basically a compilation organized by category of all of those tools and apps and pieces of software that you use the most to help your businesses or your lives run smoothly. So there are 2 things that you can do on Taco Tuesdays, and this is throughout the entire year. You can post on Taco Tuesday in the Facebook group, Accelerate Your Success, the tools and apps that you use the most. We would love it if you could also add what you use it for, because that way it gives us a little bit of a hint of what we should say when we put it in the resource guide. Then secondly, you can go to the files section in the Accelerate Your Success Facebook group, which is free to join. It's basically an online classroom where you can get all kinds of resources, special tips. There's some training videos there. It's where I broadcast live. It's also where I run certain contests and make all the major announcements. So if you're not in the Accelerate Your Success Facebook group, you definitely want to join, and all you have to do is click on the join button and then answer 3 questions and I'll let you in. We are super close to crossing a significant milestone in terms of membership in the Facebook group, and I am really excited to invite all of you to join me. So Taco Tuesdays, you can type in the comments, what is a tool or an app that you use, and that will get added to the resource guide if it's not already there. Secondly, you can go to the files section in the Accelerate Your Success Facebook group, which if you don't have it right on your screen, you can click the More button and you'll find it under that. And then you can go and download the Taco Tuesday PDF. And the Taco Tuesday PDF, like I said, is updated every 6 months. And all we do is we just add all the things that our members have told us about, and then they get put in their respective categories and then published the 6 months, every 6 months. Okay? So that's totally free. You don't have to pay for it. It's basically compiled by you, and I need you to continue to add those cool apps. I found one over the holiday that has to do with stargazing, and it's actually an app that you hold up at night, and there's a little square. I'm not sure many of you know about this, but there's a little square, and if you hold it up at night on a clear night, it will identify the constellations and the planets that you can see with your naked eye. Okay, so it doesn't really have anything to do with business, but who knows, maybe if one of your business goals is getting to the moon, it does have to do with your business. So the second announcement I have for today is it's January. Y'all know that. It's the time for resolutions and new goals and commitments to new habits and all that other good stuff. And in order for me to get you started on the right path this year, I am offering my marketing website assessment for $50 off through the whole month of January up until my birthday, which is February 2nd, in case you didn't know. So the website assessment normally retails for $199. You can find it on my website, which is right here. And if you go there, not only can you download a freebie that is all about pivoting your business, but you can also click on, I think it's store or shop or something like that, and you can look at the website assessment and see if it's something that you might benefit from. What I do is I take your website, I create all kinds of recommendations based on who you're trying to attract as your ideal client, and then I have a 1-hour Zoom call with you to share those recommendations. And then I also give you a really nice PDF presentation. It's actually a text document that tells you what I'm recommending. Now, what I work on is the tone, the design, the layout, the colors, the branding, and I will also provide text edits. What I don't do is I can't work on SEO. I can't change the website for you. That's something that you have to do. And I am not a programming expert. So if you're interested in putting up all kinds of fancy videos or a carousel slideshow, I am not the person to go to do that. I'm more the marketing expert that will share with you whether your website is targeted towards the right individual. So we have a little conversation about who that individual is that you're trying to attract, and then I go through your website page by page and make very specific recommendations. So that marketing assessment for your website is $50 off. It's great to do it at the beginning of the year because then you can set yourself in the perfect position to be able to market your business effectively to the person that you want to attract. So let's talk a little bit about what we're going to do in 2021. Today, I'm doing a presentation for my people in my training group, my paid membership group called the Driver's Seat. And I'm putting together a presentation. It's going to be about vision and goals for the coming year. But I thought I'd say to you some of the things that are going to be included in that presentation so you can benefit from the work that I've done so far. What I want to talk to you about is vision. So your vision is kind of the big global bird's eye view of where you want to be at the end of this year. Okay, now you could do it 5 years from now, but personally, I believe that things are way too uncertain to think, I mean, maybe 1 year, they might even be too uncertain. I don't know. But I think 1 year is a good way to start. And in order to be able to put it down on paper, you have to have some courage because this is an opportunity for you to think how great this year could be. And I want you to do it from the perspective of your courageous soul, okay? In the present, you're courageous. So what could you do if you knew that you could not fail? What could you accomplish? What kind of impact could you make? And what could you do if you knew that you were the best at whatever your skill set was. Okay? So you cannot fail, and you are the best. And I want you to sort of wrap this in a little bundle of with the tools that you have right now. Okay? So you're not going to win the lottery. You're not going to graduate with a PhD unless you're really close to that already. But what can you do with the tools that you have right now? And I know that in your mind you're going, but although, what if? All of those words, in fact, any of that negativity that says that you can't do it, or you won't do it, or you're unable to do it, or this person is going to stop me, or that person, or my life isn't like yours, Diane, all of that are considered to be limiting beliefs. And we're going to dispense with them for the purpose of this exercise, okay? So do I have your commitment, little pinky swear, that you want to consider that those excuses, anything that starts with but, although, what if, or however, are lies that you tell yourself. And we're just going to ignore them for the time being. Now, I want you to think of 4 different categories. I want you to think of your lifestyle, your impact, your financial freedom, or anything having to do with finances for that matter, and your effort. And I want you to think what really excites you. So when you're thinking about your lifestyle, your impact on the world, your financial freedom, and your effort, what really excites you? I know that I could never go back and work a 9-to-5 job. All right. I had a conversation with people about this yesterday. I could never become a shift worker because my lifestyle is such now that I really enjoy the freedom of making my own work hours. I enjoy being able to work from any location. I enjoy being able to jump online or stay in my bathrobe, get dressed, go to a networking meeting prior to COVID. I love to do all of those things, but I want to be able to do them on my own time. So having the freedom of schedule is really important to me, and I could never report to any kind of job where they told me I had to be there 9 to 5, or I had to be there 10 to 6, or I had to be there 11 to 7, whatever it happens to be. Okay? God bless you if you have one of those jobs, but I can't do that anymore. All right? So what really excites you, and that's one of the things that I want you to note down. And the way that we're going to put all this down in a way that we can remember it and where it's most useful to us later is I want you to pretend that it's January 5th of 2022. Okay? So you're going to spin that time machine forward 1 whole year from today. And 1 whole year from today, you are going to write a thank you letter to yourself about what you have accomplished in the last year. Okay? So what I want you to think about is I want you to think about, this is how I would phrase it. Okay? Dear Diane, what a year you've had. You accomplished this, 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 and this. Some of those things, specifically that, and that, were completely new to you. And I realized that those accomplishments were especially difficult. But because of those accomplishments, because you overcame the obstacles involved, because you learned something new, the impact that you've had on your audience, your clients, and their friends and family are blank, blank, blank. Okay? And then I want to commend you, Diane, because remember, you're writing this letter to yourself, if you had a chance to talk to all the people that you served over the 2021 time period, this is what they would have to say. Diane, thank you for, I so much appreciate, I wouldn't have been able to do it without you. Okay, you get the drift. What are the things that the people that you served with your skill set in your business, what are the things that they would say to you on January 5th of 2022, 1 year from today? And when you're done with the accolades that your people, your audience, your colleagues, your peers, and maybe even your family have sort of shined on you, shown on you, all those accolades, all those kudos, once you put those in your letter, then you can summarize that because of the impact that I've made, Diane, or you've made, Diane, whichever way you want to write it, your life has changed in the following ways. And again, I want you to think about lifestyle, financial freedom, effort, and impact. So you know that your life has changed because of the things that you accomplished, the people you served, and how they felt about you. Okay, so the feeling emotional side of this, it's a little woo-woo, but when you finish your letter, what you will have is you will have a thank you note to yourself. And if you want to, go ahead and put in the other people that you want to thank. You know, you can thank your spouse, you can thank your kids, you can thank the person that helps you in your business. You can thank any mentors, coaches, or consultants that you've taken advantage of. All right. Now, remember, we're doing this not for this past year, but we're doing it for the coming year. So this is an opportunity for you to use visual imagery to consider where are you going to be on January 5th of 2022. And it's important when we start out the year to know where we're going. And by putting it down on paper in this type of thank you letter to yourself, that's one of the best ways to start working on your goals for the new year. So I'm going to include who I'm going to thank, the people that I know right now are going to help me to get to where I want to go. And I'm also going to write down how differently I feel on January 5th of 2020 compared to today, knowing that I can look back on a year of goal accomplishment, significant impact to my audience, significant fun and enjoyment to the people that I serve, and an increase in flexibility, lifestyle, financial freedom that happens as a result. And then I'd like you to sign that letter sincerely, with greatest respect, whatever you want to do, your friend, love you, however you want to sign it. I want you to sign your letter, and then I want you to put it in an envelope. I want you to seal the envelope, and I want you to put it someplace where you can look at it a year from now. If you want, just as a funny little whim, you can mail it to me, okay? Or you can email it to me at dreamevents@me.com. I'll hold your letter, and I'll be sure to give it back to you on January 5th. If you're afraid that you won't know where you hid it. But one of the places that you can put it is underneath your silverware in your silverware drawer. And on January 5th of 2022, I will tell you to go look underneath the silverware in your silverware drawer and find that future letter to yourself. And you can read it over and see how you probably accomplished way more than you talked about or envisioned right now. So construct a letter, future letter to yourself. Dear me, what a year I had because I accomplished these things. I impacted these people. I served my tribe, and my life is changed in the following ways. If you're looking for a template for your letter to your future self, this afternoon, I'll be posting one in the files section in the Accelerate Your Success group, so be sure to stop by in the afternoon and pick it up. Thanks a lot. This is Diane Spadola, This is Traction Tuesday number 1, and I want you to have a really good week. Happy New Year.